evening. It's 6 o'clock on Thursday, June 15th, 2017. Welcome, and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, where we bring you today's top stories, translated into English every weeknight. The results of the third poll conducted by IPR Marketing were publicized on the Tonight with Ilvataris program. Results of the poll in Shkodër were the surprise of the third poll. The city, considered to have the largest number of Democratic Party supporters, according to the poll, will be a close race in the city. 1,000 people were asked in the city of Shkodër on June 12th and June 13th, and according to the poll, the parties received 41% of votes each. The Socialist Party marks an increase with 10% compared to the 2013 elections, and the Democratic Party also marks an increase of 4%. This means that the Socialist Party and the Democratic Party will receive 5 mandates each in Shkodër. The Socialist Movement for Integration will receive 7% of votes in Shkodër, which is 1 mandate, marking an increase with 3.5% compared to 2013. The Libra Party will receive 2.5% of votes in Shkodër, and the Social Democrat Party will receive 2% of votes, and the Party for Justice, Integrity and Unity will receive 0.6%. On a national level, the difference from the previous polls is significant. According to the third poll, the Socialist Party will receive 48% of votes, which is a considerable result. The Democratic Party marks a decrease with 5 points, going down to 32%. The Socialist Movement for Integration has the same percentage of votes as the previous poll, with 13%. The Libra Party will receive 3% of votes, and the Party for Justice, Integrity and Unity will receive 2.5% of votes. All other small parties will receive 0.3% of the votes, while Challenge for Albania Party will receive 0.1%. Citizens' readiness to participate in voting has also changed. According to the poll, 54.7% of citizens said they will vote on June 25th, which is lower compared to the 62.1% in the previous poll and 59.1% in the June 7th poll. The number of those who do not want to vote on June 25th is 36.1%. 8.5% of people have not yet decided whether they will vote or not, and 0.7% of people have not responded if they will vote or not on June 25th. Regarding the alliances, the Albanian people prefer strong alliances with the old parties and the alliances with the new parties. 19.3% of people are in favor of an alliance between the Socialist Party and the Socialist Movement for Integration. 15% of people support a broad alliance between the Socialist Party and Democratic Party. 9.2% of people support an alliance between the Socialist Movement for Integration and the Democratic Party, while 5.7% of people support an alliance between the Socialist Party, Democratic Party, and Socialist Movement for Integration. The next poll, and the last of the IPR Marketing and Oral News, will be publicized on Monday, June 19th. Despite the national result, Korça, Vlora, and Tirana will also be scanned in order to give a clear view of the citizens' inclinations for the June 25th elections. Martinn Banks, a journalist of the EU Reporter, has commented on the judicial reform in Albania, writing that concerns have been raised in Brussels and Washington over the efforts to block the reform. Mr. Banks writes that fractions have been objected in the reform and the Constitutional Court, prompting the International's concern. He cites European officials who, according to him, have said that the attacks against the judicial reform damage the present and future of Albania, writing, "Amid a growing chorus of dissent within Albania's opposition, Democratic Party, concerns are emerging in Brussels and Washington about attempts to block the nation's justice system reforms. The reforms aimed at ridding the courts of corrupt and incompetent judges and prosecutors is a key prerequisite before EU accession negotiations can begin, was being blocked by a 3-month parliamentary boycott led by DP leader Basha. That was resolved after Socialist Party Prime Minister Rama agreed to delay parliamentary elections by a week and allow the DP to appoint a number of technical ministers to the government during the electoral period. However, factions are now challenging the reforms before Albania's Constitutional Court, prompting international concern. The much-needed justice reform in Albania has once again come under attack, a spokesman for the EU's External Action Service said yesterday. "We call on all parties to complete the formation of the vetting institutions, attacking the judicial reform rather than ensuring implementation of vetting, with close monitoring of the international monitoring operation, harms Albania present and future." The U.S. Embassy in Tirana issued a similar statement. The Albanian people should be concerned about these efforts to weaken the reform in order to defend corrupt judges and prosecutors, including the ones who have connections with organized crime. The U.S. Deputy Assistant Secretary of State Hoyt Brian Yee considers the developments in some Balkan countries to be positive, which according to him have happened thanks to the support from the U.S. The State Department officially cited some important breakthroughs, including the implementation of the judicial reform in Albania, stating, "With our engagement in Europe over the past month, we have seen some real successes with Montenegro's entry into NATO, certainly with the help of the Senate. Macedonian leaders cooperated to form a new government. The opposition of Albania has agreed to end the boycott and to participate in the elections on June 25th. And Serbia is expected to open 2 new chapters with the European Union this month." During a session for the region in the U.S. Senate, Yee also talked about some of the dangers posed to the Western Balkans and declared that the response to them should be immediate, saying, "The Western Balkans faces a number of threats. Delicate institutions, lack of rule of law, and non-free media have paved the way for deep-rooted corruption, which puts the new democracies at risk and paves the way for destabilizing factors, including violent extremists, organized crime groups, and countries that want to exert a malicious influence." At the meeting dedicated to the situation in the region, senators voiced their concerns over the increased Russian interest and activity and said they are working with the Balkan countries to face the malicious influence of Moscow. The Democratic Party chairman, Basha, ended his short visit to the U.S. and returned to Albania today. Democratic Party supporters welcomed the DP chairman at Rinas Airport, holding American and Albanian flags in their hands. The Democratic Party chairman thanked the supporters and considered the meeting with the U.S. President Donald Trump to be extraordinary. Mr. Basha expressed his determination to continue with his project for the new republic, declaring, "I'm coming back from an extraordinary meeting with the U.S. President, from a short visit during a very meaningful week, the week of the major priority of President Trump dedicated to employment, internships, and training of students with the aim to open new jobs. It was an extraordinary meeting with the best impressions. The U.S. support to Albania and Albanians is extraordinary." Returning to the electoral campaign after 2 days of absence, the DP chairman said that after meeting with the U.S. president, he's more determined to continue with his project. Declaring that after 10 days we will be separated from the old Republic of Lies and open the door to the new Republic of Citizens, the DP chairman had this to say, 10 days to separate once and for all from the Republic of Lies, corruption, drugs, and criminals, and to open the door to the new Republic of Citizens, of strong economy, and of a secure future. This is what we are all waiting for. This is what the world is waiting for us to do. This is what our allies are waiting for. So let's not waste a minute, and let's march toward the new Republic and citizens and strong economy. Prime Minister Rama was in Tepelene today, where he held a meeting with farmers there, asking their vote for the Socialist Party. During his meeting with the farmers, the Prime Minister said that the DP chairman will have no opportunity to destroy the work he has done so far, stating, "We are the only ones who know what to do, and we know how to do it. The others have no idea what needs to be done, and they do not know how to do it. I do not want to talk about the DP chairman, as he is not a bad person, but he does not know what he knows. We cannot wait for him to fix anything. He had this opportunity once and destroyed it. But he will not have this opportunity again." Mr. Rama also spoke of the Socialist Party's program to construct roads and develop tourism. The Prime Minister said that Tepelene has been included in the map of tourism and expressed his conviction that the cast of Ali Pasha will attract many tourists to the city. "We have a very special program for the roads of villages in order to connect the agricultural production with the market. This road and other important roads will be made in the coming 4 years because there are $100 million from our program with the World Bank. On the other side, we have $71 million together with the World Bank for tourism. We will develop the economy," declared the Prime Minister, inviting the citizens to vote for the Socialist Party, which according to him can take the economic growth to 5%. Data from the National Institute of Statistics revealed the number of criminal offenses made against the state, people, or against environment and terrorist attacks has increased compared to 2016. According to statistics made by the Public Institute of Statistics, 7,829 offenders and 7,495 criminal offenses have been registered in the first quarter. The production and sale of narcotics has increased in the first quarter of 2017, reaching 379 cases, where in 2016 there were 312. Also, the number of criminal offenders in criminal offenses has increased in the first quarter of 2017 to 481 out of 395 that it was in 2016. Meanwhile, the cases of narcotics cultivation have decreased. In total, crimes against wealth, stealing of companies, thefts through dereliction of duty, electricity theft, destruction of property, fraud, and violation of the property rights are the most committed crimes, which result to be 2,956 cases. According to data, 2,683 crimes were committed against the state, marking an increase with 2.7% compared to 2016. Crimes against people have also marked an increase with 2.6% going to 1,522 from 1,484. Crimes against life marked a slight decrease. 330 cases are registered in 2017 and 335 were in 2016. The number of cases of sexual crime has increased to 29 cases out of 16 cases in 2016. There is no improvement to a situation of criminal offenses against children and family, reaching 382 cases and 400 offenders. That's all for our English edition this evening. Please join us again, Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. My name is Cosmo K, and on behalf of War News, thank you and good night.